If you enjoy videos like this, subscribe to the channel before the video starts. Zyra, a tall alien woman with shimmering blue skin, moved carefully inside her spaceship lab. She loved working with machines and devices, but today something felt different. The air smelled faintly metallic, and her hands trembled slightly. She walked toward a small, shiny device she had never fully tested. It looked simple, but she knew it held great power. "Just a quick check," she whispered to herself. As Zyra reached out, the device suddenly clicked shut, and a strange, sticky energy surrounded her hand. She tried to pull it away, but it held fast. She tugged harder, but the device would not let go. Panic rose in her chest. Her breathing became quick, and her glowing eyes widened. This can't be happening," she muttered. She tried pressing buttons, flipping switches, anything she could think of. But every action only made the device hum louder. Lights flashed around her, and a soft red glow spread over her arm. Zyra realized the device was locking itself completely. Her mind raced. She had studied machines for centuries, yet this one seemed alive. It was almost as if it could think, almost as if it could trap her on purpose. She tapped her communicator to call for help, but the signal was weak. The lab's systems were old, and they did not always respond. Zyra's panic grew. She paced back and forth, the device still stuck. Her tail lashed nervously. Sweat formed on her forehead, and her usual calm mind felt clouded. Time was running out. The oxygen in the small lab was slowly decreasing. "I need help, now," she shouted. She activated the emergency beacon, hoping anyone would hear. She did not expect the signal to reach another planet, but it did. Far away, humans were scanning the skies. They noticed a strange, urgent distress call. No one knew what it was, but the signal was different, powerful, and desperate. Back in the lab, Zyra's energy began to drain. She tried a final pull. The device resisted, screeching like metal in pain. She let out a sharp cry and stumbled back. The lights flickered, and a small warning panel popped up: critical, oxygen levels low. Life support failing. Fear gripped her heart. She realized that if she could not free herself soon, she might not survive. She looked around frantically for any tool, any method, any escape. Nothing worked. And then, Zyra noticed a faint glow coming from the sky through the spaceship's window. At first, she thought it was a star. But it moved closer, faster. Something or someone was coming. Her heart raced. Could this be help? Or something far worse? The lab's alarms echoed around her. The device was still stuck, and time was slipping away. Zyra took a deep breath, trying to calm her fear. But deep down, she knew the real test had just begun. Somewhere far away, humans were about to arrive, and they had no idea what they were walking into. Far across the galaxy, a small group of humans sat in their sleek, silver spaceship. They were scientists and explorers, curious and brave, but nothing in their training had prepared them for this signal. A strange, urgent distress call had reached them, unlike anything they had ever seen. The voice or energy it carried was alive. Captain Mark leaned forward, frowning at the blinking console. "It's coming from a planet in the Xylan sector. The readings are weird, like nothing we've seen before." Lieutenant Sarah tapped the screen nervously. "Do we even know what we're looking for, sir? Could be a trap." Mark shook his head. "We won't know until we get there. Prepare for landing." Meanwhile, back on the alien planet, Zyra's panic had grown. Her arm was still trapped in the strange device, her glowing skin dimming with exhaustion. She had tried everything she could think of, but the alien technology would not budge. Every beep and hum from the device sounded like a countdown in her ears. Suddenly, a shadow fell across the lab window. Zyra squinted, unsure at first. Then she saw them, small, upright creatures, moving carefully, their silver suits reflecting the faint red light of the lab. Humans. Real humans. Her eyes widened. She had read about humans in ancient space records. They were clever, unpredictable, and dangerous. But she had no choice. She needed their help. The humans entered the lab slowly, scanning, their hands hovering over strange tools. They froze when they saw Zyra. Her shimmering blue skin, her tall, graceful form, it was unlike anything they had seen. Lieutenant Sarah whispered, Are they alive? Is it intelligent? Zyra struggled to speak, her voice trembling. Help me, please. Captain Mark stepped closer, examining the device trapping her arm. He frowned. I don't understand this tech. It's complicated. But we'll try something. The humans began to work together, using their limited knowledge of alien systems. Every move they made caused Zyra to flinch. Sparks flew, alarms rang, and the device hissed angrily as if it could sense their mistakes. Then, disaster. One of the humans pressed a button too quickly. The lab's lights flickered violently, and a low, booming alarm started. Zyra froze. No! That will destroy us. The humans panicked. Mark shouted, Quick! Shut it down! They scrambled, trying different buttons and levers. Every second felt like a minute. Zyra's fear grew, but she realized something strange. These humans, despite their clumsiness, were thinking in ways she could not. They were unpredictable, and that unpredictability might just save her. The alarm continued to blare. The device still held her arm, and oxygen was dropping fast. Zyra's mind raced. Could these humans, small, fragile, strange creatures, really free her? And then, something unexpected happened. One of the humans smiled nervously. Wait, maybe it's not about force. Maybe it's logic. Zyra's glowing eyes flickered. Could this work? The real test was only beginning. And the humans had no idea how much danger they were in, or how brilliant they might be. The lab was silent, except for the faint hum of the trapped device. Zyra's arm remained stuck, and the red glow from the machine reflected off her worried eyes. She had begun to lose hope, thinking no one, not even humans, could free her from this strange trap. But the humans were different. They huddled together, whispering, pointing at buttons and levers with cautious hands. They did not panic like most beings Zyra had encountered. Instead, they looked at the problem as a puzzle. Captain Mark studied the device carefully. Force isn't working, maybe it's about understanding it. Lieutenant Sarah leaned closer. Look at the patterns. They're repeating. It's like a rhythm. Maybe we can sync with it. Zyra blinked, confused but hopeful. The humans were observing, analyzing, thinking in ways she had never imagined. She realized something incredible. These fragile, imperfect beings saw solutions differently. One human carefully pressed a sequence of buttons, following the rhythm they noticed. The device vibrated but did not resist as violently. Another human adjusted a lever, combining their tools with alien technology. Zyra held her breath. Slowly, the device began to release. Click by click, the energy around her arm weakened. Zyra could hardly believe it. Her glowing skin brightened slightly as the humans continued their careful work. Finally, with one last coordinated effort, the device popped open, freeing her arm. Zyra gasped, relief washing over her. She flexed her fingers, feeling the air in her lungs fully again. She looked at the humans, awe shining in her eyes. You did it, she whispered. Your kind is more clever than I imagined. The humans smiled awkwardly, rubbing the back of their necks. We just thought differently, Captain Mark said. Sometimes, it's not strength that matters, it's creativity. Zyra nodded, realizing how much she had underestimated these beings. She had assumed their small size and simple technology meant they were weak, but their minds, clever, resourceful, fearless, had saved her life. The lab's alarm slowly faded, and peace returned. Zyra extended her hand, and the humans hesitated, then shook it. There was a moment of understanding, of respect. Humans and aliens, so different, yet connected by problem-solving, courage, and trust. But Zyra's eyes drifted to the window. Far above the planet, faint shapes moved in orbit, ships she had not seen before. She knew the galaxy was watching. Humans had helped her this time, but soon, the real challenge would arrive. Captain Mark noticed her gaze. "Looks like adventure finds us wherever we go." Zyra smiled, a glimmer of hope in her glowing eyes. "Yes, but perhaps your kind is ready for it." As the humans prepared to leave the alien planet, Zyra's thoughts lingered on one undeniable truth: sometimes, the smallest, simplest beings could change the course of fate. And somewhere in the distant stars, the galaxy waited, watching, testing, and waiting for the next story to unfold. The adventure was over for now, but this unlikely alliance had only just begun.